and welcome to another exciting episode of Wave the Brush with me, your host, Kris, aka Mini Wargaming Kris, aka the Name Butcher, aka Hey You, Get Off My Lawn. Wave the Brush, the most informative 120 minutes on the internet on the wargaming lifestyle. We'll talk about painting, terrain, conversions, and everything under the sun. We usually delve into a lot of painting talk as well as a lot of what's under the sun, meaning there's no hold barred on what it will cover. Is, you know, anything under the sun. It's the weather, life, who knows, movies, books, can be anything. Although we do usually talk a whole lot of painting talk and usually a whole lot of hobby talk, but you know, who knows where the conversation will go. Of course, this show is always about you guys, so it's always about you guys asking me questions. I wouldn't do the show if I didn't get emails, if I didn't get questions, and so this really show is all about you guys and answering your questions. There are no dumb questions in this place, so feel free to ask whatever kind of questions you need to ask. You might be new to the hobby and, you know, first time, and, you know, you don't know what you're doing, and you know, there's a lot of stuff out there that might seem like, you know, maybe it's been covered before, but feel free to ask your questions anyway. Like I said, there are no dumb questions. It's just, you know, a refusal to ask questions is really what we want to avoid here. So if you need to ask questions, of course, you can always send them to the chat if you're attending live. If you're not attending live, then you can send me an email, Kris@miniwargaming.com. It's in the description below. Of course, you can always join us on Facebook, Discord. There's a nice little Discord channel going on now. Yeah, so you can ask questions any which way. And of course, if I don't answer your questions, some of the monkeys might or will, most likely. And of course, the monkeys are a very knowledgeable group of people that we have assembled as a community here. And so, of course, you know, usually if I don't know the answer, then one of them does know the answer. And so, you know, feel free, ask questions. I always ask questions. Speaking of monkeys, who's joining us today? I can see Ishyab011. Good afternoon, Kris and all the monkeys. Glad to be here. Another informative, totally awesome show. Dark Commission. Hey, Monkey Lord and Kris and Monkey Minions. Ghost Starman Deluxe. Hashtag Saturday is for the monkeys. I like that. Hashtag is for the monkeys. I wonder if we can get that trending. Tolo, Gillette, the best a man can get. I guess Tolo's watching commercials. I don't know. Or he's replaying what's left in his head, I guess. Knitfink, hello everyone. Hello Knitfink. Welsh Bloke, hello all. Swiss Toby. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Ramby, hey monkeys, hey Kris. Bat94, chat is live. Johnny's Chop Shop, hello to the monkeys and Kris. Let's get chopping. Let's get chopping. Let us chop. Kevin Cabal. Oh, Bat94. That shirt, my goodness. Yeah, I'm wearing my Bob Ross today. Giving Bob some love. Plus, too, I was loving the new Deadpool commercial, the new advert for Deadpool. That was freaking hilarious. I don't know if you have not seen the new Deadpool teaser trailer thing, whatever it is. He's basically imitating Bob Ross. Friggin' hilarious. Only Ryan Reynolds can really kind of pull that stuff off. He's just, you know, he's just too damn funny. It's too funny. Kevin Cabal, good morning to Kris and all fellow monkeys. Good afternoon. Tolo, he needs the Deadpool version of that shirt now. No way. That would be sacrilege. I mean, I like Deadpool. Don't get me wrong. I like Deadpool. But I would not openly mock the Ross, right? He's Ross the boss. Aaron Siege, Kris, howdy, Kris and monkeys, sweet Bob Ross shirt. Yeah, I like it. I got one from Cody Rue. Cody Rue had sent me one. Was it Cody Rue? Yeah, it was Cody Rue. Pretty sure it was Cody Rue. I don't think it was Mike Grove, and I don't think it was Hugh. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was Cody Rue. Cody Rue sent it because he sent a bunch of shirts up this way. Yeah, and so it was Bob Ross. There was a Facebook post I had posted in the shirt, and yeah. So anyway, Mad Cow Crazy. What's with the Pippi Longstockings? Hair? Hey, man. This is very comfortable to wear your hair. If you have long hair, if anybody's ever had long hair and not worn their hair in such a fashion, you don't know what you're missing. It's actually really, really great in the summertime. It actually keeps your head pretty cool because it keeps the whole center seam here, all the heat dissipating off and still preserving having all your hair. Plus, too, it offsets the balance because anybody who has long hair knows that hair is heavy, and the longer it gets, the heavier it gets. And so when you can offset how your skull is wearing it, all the better. Otherwise, I'll just constantly look like I'm having like plastic surgery and all my hair is pulling my face back and all my skin on my face is constantly being pulled back. Whereas this way, it can relax and kind of droop naturally like a basset hound, like sort of thing. Alex Bello, if Kirby was to absorb you, what power would Kirby receive? Paint? That's my son, actually. Of course, if you guys couldn't guess that, right? If Kirby could absorb you, what power would he receive? That's actually an interesting question. That is the question. I don't know. He would spit out balls of paint or paintbrushes. He would, like harpoons, just impale people. Maybe that's a little graphic for Kirby, though. I don't think Kirby's ever like really impaled anybody. Alucard 869. Hey guys, sorry it's been long. Just moved from Washington State to Virginia. Now back to painting. I will be sending pics soon. Thanks, Chris. Awesome. Mad Cow Crazy. No dumb question. Then how about, is this a dumb question? No, that is not a dumb question. That is merely just a question. Because me saying, well, is that a dumb question? No. Because there are no dumb questions. I mean, you know, there's irrelevant questions. There's, less than... Windows, shut up. Frickin' Windows. The show, I started off a couple minutes late here because, I don't know, Windows did something, and now all my icons are all shifted off to one side on this computer, and it's been a while though. This computer's actually been pretty good for a while, and I don't know why she's messing up on me, but yeah, damn it, there's this thing on my lens here. It's pissing me off. Anyway. Oh man. Dang, it's moving. It's a smooge. It's a smooge on my lenses, and it keeps moving on me. There we go. I think I got it. It's gone. Beauty. Can see now. All right. Anthony B, checking in, bros and broettes. Dragging ass pretty tough this morning. Celebrating my B-day last night. Way too many beers. That's Anthony B. Well, happy birthday, Anthony. Hopefully you didn't kill too many brain cells. If you did, well, good on you. Tolo. No, was watching Dr. Disrespect, the 2-time. Okay. That's all right. I don't know how that would have been a clue to me knowing you were watching that, but okay. Tolo was quoting Dr. Okay, well, how the hell did you know that was a quote? Alex, how did you know that was a quote? Ramby, starting the Tyranids army. Thought I'd use Mephiston red on the scales and Sandry dust on the skin. What do you think, monkeys? Well, what do you guys think? I mean, that's what, is that Leviathan? No, that's not Leviathan. That's, Kraken? Yeah, Kraken is Sandry dust with the Mephiston red scales, right? Sure, why not? I think it's all right. I mean, you can go like the really quick way of doing it is Mephiston red the scales, Sandry dust the rest of the body, and give it a wash of Agrax Earthshade, and you're done. That's a quick way of getting it done. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You might even want to pick up the spray of Sandry dust, and then just pick out the scales, and you're done, right? Again, nothing wrong with it. What is this? Ethylene oxide? Ethylene oxide? Hey Kris, can you give me a tip to motivate me to paint more than base coats and shades on my figures? Layering always takes me ages, but I really like the outcome. I just lack the motivation. Well, yeah, that's kind of tough. I mean, I'm not personally, I'm not much of a motivational speaker. I don't, you know, I mean, I'm not, you know, I wish I had like the ability like a coach to kind of get the team all fired up. You know what I mean? Like it's bottom of the ninth, and you know what I mean, we're down by 2 runs, and you know, we gotta put this guy over here, we're gonna go over here when you see the ball heading this way. You know what I mean? I wish I could give one of those inspirational kind of speeches like, you know, you see in the movies where the coach, you know, says something inspirational, and you know, and it gets everybody motivated, right? I wish I had that in me. I don't have it in me. I don't think I do. I've never really given it a try, but yeah, as far, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I was sitting there trying to motivate you, I probably would threaten just to kick you in the ass and get you painting and thin your paints and, you know, take care of your brushes and, you know what I mean? Don't overprime. Clean those mold lines off, you know? Get to it. Quit sitting around. Get off the damn video games. But then, you know, it's me just yelling at you, and it's like, oh, you know, I don't want any of this, right? So, you know, yeah. I mean, I'm not much of a motivational kind of guy. I'd probably end up just berating you the entire time. I don't know. I don't know if you want me motivating you, just standing over your shoulder, get the painting, get the painting, get the painting, you wimp. No, I don't think so. I don't think you want that. Ramvi at Kris, let's talk Fight Club. No, you never talk Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. I can't believe we're having this discussion again. You are talking about Fight Club. You're not supposed to be talking about it. Mad Maxim 81, hey monkeys and Kris, building orc mega knobs and big mech and mega armor with an ever protected and all important custom force field. Awesome. Orcs should be getting a book soon enough, fam. Right? Because they don't have a book yet. Pretty sure they don't have codex yet. I don't think. No, pretty sure they don't. They should be getting it soon enough. Who knows what fun stratagems, because it doesn't seem like the current trend with GW and their codexes, it doesn't really seem to be adding a whole lot of units, right? Because they're leaving that wide open, because they're not pre-writing rules for stuff and not having models for it, because then somebody else can just jump on it, make a model for it, you know what I mean, and then jump on their IP like that, right? So they're not gonna do that anymore. They're gonna just, you know, whatever they kind of make up, they're gonna just, you know, put it in the box of miniatures and then, you know, and say, give you the card and say, well, you just add this to your codex, and that's that, right? And so, which is pretty smart. I mean, you know, it protects, it's, you know, it covers their ass kind of thing. And you know, so the way the codexes have been is that, you know, whatever's existing gets rules, gets updated rules, stuff like that. And really with the current trend of the books, it seems like, you know, the rules don't change too much, maybe some clarifications in some of the rules. The points change, and then you get like a whole bunch of stratagems and, you know, stuff like that. And maybe the psychic powers go back up and, you know what I mean, stuff like that, which is really cool. But it's the stratagems, I think, you know what I mean? And what I would like to see for orcs is them to bring them back to clans, you know, Evil Sons, Goth Clan, Bad Moons, you know, Snake Bites, Blood Axes. Who's it? There was 6, wasn't there? It was Goth, Evil Sons, Bad Moons, Snake Bites, Blood Axes. Who was the other one? Was there only 5? I thought there were 6. Where's my book? Where's my book? Here we go. Pull out the old 2nd edition book. Yeah, Goth, Evil Sons, Blood Axes. Was that it? Sorry, I'm just going to the point of the background for all the clans. No, they're showing me 6. Oh, Death Skulls. That's it, Death Skulls. That's right, because the Death Skulls were like the looters. Blood Axes were like the cunning orcs. Snake Bites were primitives. Bad Moons were rich. Goths were all about the fisticuffs. And Evil Sons was all about having all the mechs. So I would like to see them bring that back in the Orc Codex. I'd like to see them bring the clans back and just kind of like the organizational kind of things, or stratagems to kind of things, and I'd like to see that kind of stuff come back. That kind of orky flavor. They kind of brought it back with the new Eldar book, and I kind of like to see them do that with orcs and like some other factions that had more color to them before. I'd like to see them revive some of these old concepts and stuff, and what I mean. And it also kind of enriches their IP, I think, by incorporating their old ideas. It's just like Forge World when they did the Horus Heresy, and they were making their tanks look like Rogue Trader era kind of tanks, right? Like the rhinos with round doors on the sides and stuff like that. They were incorporating those old design elements, but reinventing them for the modern day. But they were like historical pieces, so like that's how they looked back in the Rogue Trader days, and it was a nice nostalgic kind of thing to do, what I mean, and kind of was that throwback? Is that a throwback? Yeah, it's a throwback. Anyway, you know what I mean. But yeah, for orcs, yeah, I'd like to see them bring back the clans. I think that'd be very fun, very cool, lots of flavor, because that's what orcs lack. Orcs lack flavor. The lists are always kind of the same kind of things. Lots of shooters, bikes. You know what I mean? Where am I? Ben Ellis, please can I ask how to apply weathering effects on large models and where to apply the effect, plus how heavy? Many thanks. Email with images. Work in progress. Wait, are you asking if you can send me an email? Please. Don't need my permission. Well, I mean, I'm giving you permission. I give everybody permission. Send me an email. Send me an email. What you're working on, your questions, what have you, right? But in a nutshell, there's many ways to do weathering effects on things, on the models, on the vehicles, what have you, right? There's many ways. Pigments, weathering powders, which are the same. Using the sponge technique, or just deliberately doing it by hand. There's if you had a dry brush or airbrush, you could do it. The salt method. That's another one. There's other products out there that offer basically kind of like a peeling of the paint. It's basically like an alcohol, and it just kind of eats away at the paint, and you just pull at that layer of paint. But that requires layers and layers, and having an idea of it, what I mean, like what you're doing. Did I get an email? Did I get an email? Ben Ellis, I got an email. Yeah, Ben, I got your email. I got it. Oh, I got it. Yeah, so definitely, Ben, we'll get to your email. CJ Phoenix, Kris, how do you paint white and yellow? Oh, where's the Titans? The Titan, he's right there. See the little guy right there? That's the old Phantom Titan, right there. When I get to him, well, really, it's kind of like, it's really Ash. I mean, I gotta get in contact with Ash next time he wants to do some more Titanicus. So, yeah, I gotta get a hold of him. I haven't talked to him in like a week or two. So, yeah, I gotta talk to that guy. Because he's the only cat who's gonna play this with me. All these other guys, I don't even have the core rules. So, I only ever had the box of Titans, and yeah, because I was again, like I said, I was using it for conversions and stuff, and because they had like the big plasma thing, and I was using it for, I remember using it for like an orc boy for a plasma gun, a heavy plasma gun. Yeah, but yeah, that's the Titan right there. Oh, but how do you paint white and yellow? Well, how do you paint them? With a brush. Your best bet, if you want your colors to be bright, like white and yellow, prime white. Start from the top. Start bright from the top. Prime it white, or at the very least, light gray. Right? Now, if you are priming black, you still can build up a decent white color And of course, when doing white or yellow, oftentimes I will use, like for yellow, I often always use Everland Sunset as the base. Unless I want it to be really, really bright, then I'll start off with like a Uriel yellow or something along those lines. For white, oftentimes I'll start with, say, Celestra Gray or Ulthuan Gray. Typically, I'll start with Ulthuan Gray, just because it's such a bright, light gray color, and it's such a fantastic foundation for you know, white. And of course, if I want, I can always shade it down. And when I do shade for white, I often only take, say, Dark Reaper or Thunderhawk Blue. I'll thin it down just ever so slightly with some medium, and I'll usually throw a little bit of Liquitex Floe just so it keeps that capillary action. And then I'll do that to shade white and just go into, just recess shade into the areas, just very slightly, not very deep. I don't ever use like Nuln Oil or anything like that to shade any gray or white areas. Like if I was doing white scars, don't use Nuln Oil. Jeez Louise, that's just too darn strong. And especially if you're trying to shellac it over the entire model, you're just going to give yourself a headache. You're better off priming white and working with light colors. Don't prime it black. If you want it, like I say, if you want it bright, you prime it white, right? So hopefully, CJ Phoenix, that helps. Ramvi, so Red and Bone don't crash? They don't crash? Red and Bone don't crash? Are you saying crash or clash? Red and Bone don't clash? No, Red and Bone don't clash. Red and Bone look pretty good together. Heck, I was doing one here. I started base coating my Bone Singer, and I did the chrome on it. You can see how shiny he is. See? You can see the shininess on him. He's chrome and red, and then it's bone there. Actually, that's Ricard Flesh for the Wraith Bone. And then what was I gonna show? Oh, I got all these guys done. My Seer Council. I went with metallic blue, that's chrome on the spear tip, and then hit it with blue. And I really like how the effect turned out. And yeah, but I mean, you guys can't see it too well. I suppose I could probably adjust the camera here. Let's see. Let's play with the camera a little bit here. Whoop, wrong one. Let's play with the camera. Let's go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, see? That's a chrome and blue on there. Hello. Hello. Hello, Clarice. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, so that's, oops, no, one more. There we go. So that's my Seer Council, all ready to go. Yeah, so that's what I've been working on, painting up that, getting that done. I do have two other models I want to get finished. I have an older Warlock that I got to finish, and I have a Farseer on Jetbike that I've got to finish. And so then I'll be ready for, because I've been on Discord. I posted my list on what I'm thinking about taking to the next local tournament, and so anybody who wants to take a peek at that, it's in our list discussion channel, and yeah, you can have a peek there. You have to scroll up a little bit to find it, but yeah, you'll find it. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Where am I here? Dark Commission. I was considering a Tyranid model just to paint. Was thinking of using nail polish for the carapace. Thoughts? Go right ahead. There's some of those fantastic iridescent kind of colors and stuff. Like this stuff here. Oh yeah, this stuff's fantastic. Look at this. This is a color. I mean, there's a huge glare on the damn bottle here. But it's blue and purple and green. It's really, really fun. And this one here is red and yellow. And it's like, I use this on the Harlequins. I use these with an airbrush. I mean, if you got a whole bunch to do, sure. If you're doing, say, just one model, sure. But definitely get yourself some thinner. Just so that you can control just how thin it is. Because coming right out of the pot, it's really quite thick. You lay it down. Plus this, I found this stuff to be quite quick drying. So also be mindful of that. But I found it fun. I have this little guy right here, and I want to see here. See, it's kind of hard to see all the colors at play to the camera because there's so much glare from the camera lights, but you can see the different colors that play on going on. You can see how there's yellows and purples, and then the checkers, there's blues and greens. Lots of fun. I'd like to try this with some other different paints as well. I have another one of those that I'm going to reverse the color scheme. I'll do it all in that blue green and then the magenta checkers. And that'll be fun. That'll be sweet, 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 sweet. Mad Max 81, episode 180. Blood Bowl coach Kris kicks the team's ass. Yeah, I wish I could give those kind of speeches, man. I wish I was that. I don't know. I don't know what it takes to be like that kind of speaker. It's just kind of, we're gonna get together and work it out, and you know what I mean. Like it's just, I don't know. I suppose you don't do it in that kind of voice though, because it sounds more like, you know, an angry Cookie Monster or something. I don't know. Tyler Bortel. Hey Kris, just finished up the Primaris conversion for my GSC. Can't wait to show it off. Well, send me an email. You know my email. It's in the description. Kris@miniwargaming.com. Tolo GW will just ruin them like Yanari. Speed Freaks. Speed Freaks, yeah, Speed Freaks. Right? Evil Sons. That was Speed Freaks were Evil Sons. Mad Max 81. I miss Snakebite Boar Boys way back from 2nd edition. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Danish artist that Kris got any email? Got any email? Do I got any email? I've got a few emails. There's a few. We got a few. We're going to get to them. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Ben Ellis. I should have been clearer, but I did the email, the pics. Thanks, Kris. Okay, cool. Awesome. Anthony B. Kris, did you play with the new Necromunda? I just watched the review with Josh. Josh had an interesting opinion of it. Yeah. Apparently, you know, spoiler, as a board game, not so much. You need to play it as the classic kind of 3-dimensional. I skimmed through the rules and everything like that, and it reads a bit more like 8th edition with some 2nd edition elements to it, like some classic Necromunda stuff. There are some different kind of clarifications on things. The way the information is kind of parsed out is kind of funny. Like, it's not like quite all movement stuff is here, and this is all the special rules, and you know, it's like the way the actions are, the way it describes actions, alternating sequences between models. That's another different one. That's done change. I don't know how I feel about that one. I don't know. I haven't played it yet, so I mean, like, I haven't played it yet, so I can't really voice an opinion or an educated opinion on it. So, but going by what the boys are telling me, yeah, it's a little bit different. It's not quite Necromunda. Kill Team was more Necromunda than it was, you know, a 40k game and stuff like that. So, you know, I think anybody who is looking for those nostalgic, like Blood Bowl, you know, like Blood Bowl was a straight up translation. It was updated. It was changed a little bit. It was tweaked a little bit, but it was still fundamentally still the same game. Whereas this, it doesn't sound like it. So, yeah. Yeah. But I mean, like, some of the core elements are still there, like ammo checks and, you know, expanded profiles with the cool, the willpower, stuff like that. Those are all back in the game, and you know, those were old profile things. Like way back in the day, I mean, profiles were really, really long for even Space Marines and stuff like that. They had cool and willpower and, you know, intelligence and what was the other one? Leadership. Yeah. Jim White. Let's hope the title will not be episode 180. Degree Turn or Wave the Brush episode 180. We're going in a new direction. 180. We're going in a new direction. I'm not following. Mad Cow Crazy. What is next to the Tiny Titan? The model behind the fan. The model behind the fan. Model behind the fan. Oh, you mean that little model right there? That's a Harlequin. It's just a Harlequin on one of my little paint pedestals. My paint handles. The steady hand grip. Yeah, it's just a little Harlequin. Working on. Got a little rose on the leg. Okay. But yeah, just a little Harley. Got all sorts of stuff here. Got this one here. Working on. This is a model from Savage Forged Minis. Really fun. It's kind of this like apocalyptic wasteland kind of dude. Working on. Also working on Eldrad, making him more Samhan, so you know he's getting more Samhan like colors and such. So yeah, I got lots of stuff on my painting rack, on my painting table, Jeez, all sorts of dust on this mic. Sorry if that was really loud for anybody. I just did like a little bit of dust sitting on top of my mic here, and I just realized that was probably pretty loud, me blowing into the mic. Sorry, won't do it again. Anyway, Matt Liguori at PAX Unplugged. They just stopped in to say hi to Kris and the monkeys at PAX Unplugged. What's PAX Unplugged? I don't know what that is. What is it? I realize it's something unplugged, but what's PAX? PAX? Is it PAX or is it PAX? Either way. Johnny's Chop Shop at the Monkey Mob Boss. Have you used the new Vallejo Foundation White? It is used before white paint. I like it. No, I have not used it. The Foundation Paint White. No, I have not tried it. I wonder if they're doing something kind of like Games Workshop where they have like the base colors and then layer colors, right? Because like GW has two whites, right? They have Ceramite White and they have White Scar. White Scar and Ceramite White are not the same paint. Ceramite White is a far richer pigmented white as opposed to White Scar. Ceramite White does sit on top of black very, very well. It only takes about 2 or 3 coats, thin coats, to get a nice, smooth, even white on top. And it's pretty bright. So, you know, I often encourage people to not use black primer, especially if they want bright colors, just to get them used to that. But in a pinch, yes. Or if the model has, you know what I mean? Like say, for example, his belt. You want to do his belt in a white or bright kind of color. You could use something like Ceramite White, thin it down, put down a couple layers, paint that area into it's a nice solid white, and then, you know, carry on. It's not an issue, right? But it's like if you're working, say, Imperial Fists, and you want that nice bright yellow color, don't prime the models black. Prime them white or light gray, right? Kubla Khan, howdy monkeys, hola Kris. I've seriously considered putting together a Ventrilian Nobles Regiment. Ventrilian Nobles Regiment of Imperial Guard. You can find them with a quick image search on Google. What colors should I do the tanks though? Well, what colors are the nobles? I suppose I could look it up. I guess. I suppose. What the hell's the name? Ventrilian Nobles. Okay. Now, I'm not going to hit anything funny in now, am I? Doing this image search here. And get some sort of funny. Okay, so they're kind of like this deep red and black with gold. Honestly, I don't know why you couldn't color the tanks in those colors. Right? Do predominantly red with some black accents, you know what I mean? Like say the tank body was the red and the turret was the black with like the gold accents, right? Why not? Something along those lines. I'm just having a look here. Yeah, that's the only example I see is just this old, or not old, but this drawing, Ventrilian Nobles. Yeah. Yeah, very cool. Very interesting color scheme. I mean, to get that color red, you're probably heading into the realm of corn red. And what's it? Corn red and Wazdaka red. No, Wazdaka? Yeah, Wazdaka red. Yeah, Wazdaka red. Yeah, so you want to go with corn red and Wazdaka red for that kind of red. Get that kind of, you know, vibe. But yeah, I mean, like, there's a few ways, I mean, you can go about that. I mean, you know, it's a very interesting color scheme. It all depends. I mean, heck, you could even go with, like, say, a camo pattern using those colors. Going with reds and blacks, and then, say, not using gold as... Or I suppose you could use gold, but, I mean, you know, do, like, a yellowy, browny kind of color to represent gold, right? Like a Everland Sunset, usually, right? And have that kind of breaking up some of the little points between the red and the black. You know, just like little thin little lines or something like that. I think that would look cool. Like doing it is like taking that color scheme and then making it like a camo pattern. That'd be kind of cool too. I don't know. It's really entirely up to you as to where you want to go with it. You know, what do you want to do? Like, how do you imagine? Because they look like nobles, right? So they look quite posh and everything like that. How would their tanks look? Would their tanks look really camo-y? Or would they look kind of regal with solid colors and, you know, intricate trim and maybe some brocage on the sides of door panels, and, you know what I mean? Like, you got to kind of think in those kind of terms, I suppose, is really like, what would nobles' tanks look like? Because the color scheme on the tanks, like the army would be like that red and the black and everything like that. Would their tanks reflect that? Would their tanks, you know, be a different color if they were so, you know, mighty and proud kind of thing, right? No, they'd go into war zones proudly displaying their heraldries, right? So, yeah, I think you should just stick with that color, that red, black, and gold color scheme, and I think you know, just kind of get into the mindset. What would be an ostentatious type of color scheme that a whole noble's regiment would utilize, right? So. Something for thought, anyway. David Vaughn, I'm having a hell of a time doing fresh blood on some minis. Any suggestions on how to get blood looking wet and fresh? Any particular red you use for blood? Oftentimes I use Blood for the Blood God. It's from Citadel. It's a technical. It's fantastic. It dries nice and gooey wet. Now, for example, if... do I have any? I don't really do a lot with gore on models. But, like, say, for example, if you want, like, that dripping gore and stuff like that, then that's a different technique. You need glue, and yeah, you need Uhu glue, and oftentimes Tamiya paint works the best. And you get their clear red, and you just throw like a little dab of like black or whatever into it, just to deepen up that red, just to throw a little bit of richness in, even a little bit of opacity as well. Use just like a regular black and just chuck it in there a little bit, just like a brush, just a little dollop into it. Bloop, you know, you mix that in and it gives you this really nice saturated red. And you can just kind of create these dripping effects with the model and everything. But otherwise, yeah, Blood for the Blood God. I mean, like what I used to do for it would be take a color like dark brown, begin the blood effect, and then I'd go to Mephiston red with a little bit of Evil Sun Scarlet just for like a finish highlight, and then I would finish it off with a gloss of Ardcoat, and that would give me, you know, a completely different kind of look. That would actually be more deliberate as far as what kind of look I was after, right? Whereas something like Blood for the Blood God, it actually, when it, like if you lay it on fairly heavily, it dries with that slight texturing to it. So yeah, it's just a really great technical color for doing that effect, doing blood on a model. It just like, it works so well. It does the job very well. It's one of those technicals that GW was, you know, just hit on the head and just, you know what I mean. And it's a win. It's a win if you have it in your collection and you need to do blood effects. That's all you need is that color. Jose Mateos Bustanti. Anyway, hey Chris. Hey. Hi, Jose. Mad Cow Crazy. Project I'm doing right now, converting 2 Tamiya drills from 2 AA batteries to use wall socket power. Whoa, what? Best tools for hobbying ever bought. They're different. Beige one drills fast, blue slow. Whoa. You're converting them from using 2 AA batteries to using regular wall power. Wow. Be careful. Don't electrocute yourself, man. Holy crap. But I'm going to assume you know what you're doing, because I wouldn't even bother attempting that. So, I mean, you are probably have some electrical knowledge. So, I imagine you probably know what you're doing. I'm hoping. Hopefully you're not like an orc boy who's just kind of tearing things apart. I'll try this and try this. And you know, no, it didn't work. Try something else. No, it didn't work. Try something else. Ding. It works, you know. Because that's kind of the Orky method, right? So hopefully you know all about your averages and such. Johnny Chop Shop, episode 180. Kris interviews a piss-off cookie monster. Matt, how crazy. Blue is drill and beige is router. Prefer to drill with the beige one. Interesting. Kublai Khan, David Vaughn used the blood for the blood god. See, yeah, Kublai Khan knows what's going on. It's pretty good. It's, if that's not a glossy enough, then there's some art coat to the mix. Yeah. Dark Commission. I tend to paint white things, Uthra and gray, then highlight with white. Excellent. It's an automatic. It's like an automatic shade. Yes, definitely. I also tend to shade whites with the general overall color of the mini blue for blue minis, etc. Interesting. So you shade the white. So like if it was like say a Blood Angel and you had like say the white areas, you would shade with a darker red. Interesting. You're gonna have to show me an example of that, buddy, because I find that interesting. Not criticizing it at all. I'm just curious to see what kind of look it gets you, because I usually don't run that way. But I can see the logic in it, because I mean, when you realistically look at something that's reflective and bright, say for example a lot of things that are white, like a white car, the ambient light comes down, bang, creates this nice stark white, but then it has the environmental illumination from, you know, obviously the environment, right? So, you know, pavement will often create a deeper, darker shadow, but then you'll have these other colors of play. If you're close enough to a lawn, right? If you're sitting on grass, the green from the grass will show up on the car. You know what I mean? Like these environmental reflections and ambient lighting. Oftentimes we don't see that kind of stuff in our painting. We don't see these ambient, like when people do non-metallic metal, they often don't depict the ambient light sourcing that is occurring around the model, the environment around the model. It's always this default type of horizontal blue sky, brown earth, or even green earth, you know, and it's just this atypical kind of stuff like you see in, you know, heavy metal magazine where the illustrations and shit, right? So it's very, very interesting. A lot of times, you know, a lot of people don't take it to that kind of step, the environmental lighting that actually would occur, you know. Oh no. Mad Cow Crazy. I actually have no idea what I'm doing. Pretty much trial and error. Oh no. Not worried about getting shocked, as the phone charger is using outputs 3 volts, which is the same as 2 AA batteries. Really? 3 volts is only the same as 2 AA batteries? Really? I didn't really know that. Interesting. Inspirational Mini. Hi guys. Hi Mad Cow. Good luck on derailing the chat. Catch you later. Alright. he only popping in to derail the chat. Alright. So, let's jump to an email. Oh wait, what's this? Bjorn Rega. Hello from Belgium. Well, hello from Canada. You're saying hello from Belgium. I'm saying hello from Canada. Yeah, so let's do an email. Headphones times, turn them down or turn them up, whichever you prefer. But here it comes. Email time. Email time. And of course, we always say thank you to Guymere for taking the time to create those email jingles. Guymere Alfer, aka Carl, aka Blood for Blood Bowl. No, Beer and Blood Bowl. Sorry, Beer and Blood Bowl. That's his YouTube channel. And this is an email from Guymere. Hey Kris and fellow monkeys, I recently did my yearly pilgrimage to Warhammer World for 5 days, and while I was there, Armies on Parade was on, so thought I'd share some winners with you. I ain't no photographer, but I tried my best with my iPhone. Guymere, here is 3rd place, Gene Cult. So he's sharing his pictures of his experience at Warhammer World. And let me get a better picture. There we go. And so here is 3rd place in the Armies on Parade. Very, very cool. I like it. It's a Gene Cult thingy. Let's have a look here. Don't worry, this is going to be a bit for Guymere's emails. Now, we were talking about that nice stark white now. It looks like he's shaded with what? What do you guys think he's shaded with? Let's examine some of these color schemes here. What do you guys think he shaded his white with? I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. And I'm still waiting. There's like about, I think, a 30-second delay. So, I mean, I got a pretty good idea on what he shaded with. Did he base coat, though? That's the other question. Did he base coat in a light gray? And it really doesn't look like he did. So he went just straight to the white. And then did a recess shade. But what did he recess shade? Come on, people. What did he recess shade with? I think Tyler is right. Yeah, Tyler. Reikland Flesh Shade. That's what that looks like to me. Right in there. That looks like Reikland to me. In that area. Ishab. Light blue? Nope. Sorry, Sammy. It wasn't light blue. Bugman's Glow. Oh, that's a good guess too. Bugman Glow. Yeah, that could also be Bugman Glow. I think though somebody who is going to take the time, because see how it's a solid white over everything. Do you think he's going to take Bugman Glow and thin it down to a shade wash? I honestly don't think he would. Dark Commission. Yeah, you're right, Reikland. Absolutely. I think that's what it is. It's Reikland. So he just took Reikland Flesh Shade and just went through and just did a recess shade over a white, and then laid his metals down and stuff like that. I don't even know did he shade the metals? Hard to say, isn't it? No, it looks like there is a shade on it. Either way, it's a good paint job. Nice and clean. Love, he's got all the chipping on his environmental stuff. He's got nice paint jobs on his models. Look at this guy over here. Hello. Very, very cool. It's really good work on the flesh, actually, on the Genestealer dudes. Look at that. Look at the highlighting. Oh, you guys can't quite see that. Let me try this one here. Yeah, there we go. Like, look at the highlighting on the flesh. That's really good. I like that. He's got purples in there. Like, he did probably something like Reikland Flesh or Bugman Glow, and then hit it with some Druchii Violet, and then built up his highlights, you know, the usual flesh tones, Cadian, Kislev, possibly some Pallid. Lots of color depth on his miniatures, but the vehicles, yeah, there's not a lot of color depth, which is kind of unfortunate. I think if he'd have went with a light gray and then threw in some whites and stuff like that on it, I think he probably would have probably placed better than third. Yeah, but I mean, like, his miniatures look fantastic though. Like, look, I love the skins on this guy. Oh, look at that, he's even got like the hazard markings on the gun. Yeah. I mean, it's good solid edge highlighting. I mean, you know, I could see transitions in the highlights and stuff. I think it looks really, really good. Drill out your barrels. Oh, did he not drill out his barrel? Did he not? No? Let me see here. I can't tell. Oh, maybe on the Meltas? Oh yeah, on the Meltas. Yeah, look at that. The Meltas don't have the barrels drilled out. The Heavy Bolter. Yeah, the Heavy Bolter too. Oh, screw off. Piss off. There we go. Oh no, the Heavy Bolter's drilled out, I think. Yeah, it looks drilled out. I can see like a shadow in there. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, that was third place. Yeah, this is third place here. Oops, yeah, wrong one. There we go. Nope, wrong one. There we go. And so we'll jump into another one because Carl sent us 3. This is part 2. This looks like... This is Blood Bowl. Wait. Did he say this is Blood Bowl? Here's second place, which is close to my heart, as it's Blood Bowl. Okay, so this is a Blood Bowl one. And of course, because Guy Muir, aka Carl, he's got a channel, Beer and Blood Bowl. And of course, this is like a Blood Bowl pitch type thing going on here. We got, it looks like Orcs versus... Well, we got Orcs and Gobos, but... Oh, it's just all Orcs and Gobos. Or is it all just strictly Gobos? But I love the pitch. It's very cool. Ah, look at the little mushrooms. That's cool. What's this little guy doing? Oh, he's got a little bomb. It's nice paint jobs on the Blood Bowl duders. Nice highlighting on the green skins. These are some classic models too. These are classic. Classic. I like the advertisings as well. Very cool. The Fanatics. Bolos. That's cool. Very, very. I love that little mushroom element though. That's awesome. Very cool. The scoreboard and the ref. Very cool. Oh, it's the old Gits versus the new Gits. What exactly is a Git anyway? For any of my UK viewers, what's a Git? What exactly is a Git? Because I hear the expression a lot, and I've been into GW games for a long time, and the Git. Oh, look at this! This is really cool. It's it. This is hilarious. He's gonna get taken by it. Yeah. What's a Git? You guys gotta let me know what a Git is. Like, what is Git? Oh, it's a cool model. I like that one. Oh, the commentators. Guy's buddy's got big dual binocular periscope things going on. That's awesome. That is awesome. He's got his mug and everything. Got their papers and their score sheets and stuff. That's really, really cool. I like the coloring on them too. I like the incorporation of the red, in the elements of their flesh. That's really cool. That is so cool. That's that's just too hilarious. Aquamaster. Welcome to the game, Aquamaster, and Dr. Santos. Kingdom Jams. It the Git. Aquamaster. Medical definition of gid. What? Gid? No, a Git. Not a Gid. A disease, especially of sheep, that is caused by the presence in the brain of the carnivorous of a tapeworm of the genus Tina. Well, you just Googled that. I want to know what precisely was a Git, like the etymology of the term, yeah. Vorton. If this is second place, I want to see what first place. Yes, first place. So the winner was a stunning Dark Eldar piece. As much as I wanted to vote for the Blood Bowl for the win, this was just spectacular, and I'm sure my pictures do not do its creator any justice. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed Gaimir. Hopefully we've enjoyed Gaimir. Oh, this is very cool. Oh, you guys can't see it all yet. Might help if I actually, show better pictures, right? So here it is. It's a Dark Eldar. It looks like some sort of underground kind of layer kind of thing going on here. Because it doesn't look like it's on Kamora or anything. Well, I mean, it could be on Kamora, but it looks like it's on some, world, and it's like their hideout or something. This is the gang's hideout. Oh, look at that. The Raider. Look at the work on the hull. Oh, it's like little faces and everything. Oh, excuse me. That's really cool. Really solid painting. Oh, even some weathering on them. Make them all dirty and aged. Oh, even on the sails too. Look at that. See, we've got some weathering on the sails. That's really nice. Lots of character there. Oh, yeah. Like that. Very cool. I like the flesh tone on that. That's really cool. Yeah, everything looks like it was done with a non-metallic metal effect. It's pretty cool. Some scourges. Yeah, scourges look pretty. Varying colors. Love the wings. The veiny wings. It's really cool. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that. I like the overall color scheme. They're really kind of muted blues with the browns. I actually kind of really like that. That's really cool. Yeah, I like the color scheme. That's very nice. And the gemstones even complement it very nicely, even though they have a somewhat gemstone-y kind of look to them. Very subdued colors. Very natural, like, overall feeling to it all. Very, very interesting. Very, very cool. I dig it. I like it. Is that it? Oh, that was it? Aww. Aww. I wanted more, Carl. You faked me out with that one. So, where are we in these comments here? So, anyway, Git. Yeah, Ben Ellis. Git, an unpleasant or contemptible person. Okay. Ishab, I'm not British, but doesn't Git mean the person is a fool or a boob as used in the U.S.? Is Git used in the U.S.? I never heard it used in the U.S. Git? Other than get out of here. It's kind of like Jeff Foxworthy's, was it the hillbilly terms? Witchy did you? You didn't bring your truck with you, did you? Anyway. Vorton, if this, oh, I already read that one. Ghost of Simon Deluxe. Git is like an asshole, as in your get. F off, you get, you get. F off, you get, or you get. You get. But that's not anything like nougat, right? I don't know. It could be. Ishab. Lots of work went into that winner, and it shows. Really cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The color blends and everything like that. I mean, like, yeah, I believe Carl when he says that the camera doesn't do it really any justice. I'm sure, because the camera doesn't lie in that sense, right? But our eyes can actually deceive us what we're looking at. And I'm sure that a lot of those color blends and the way those colors were playing was a lot more interesting than what the camera showed. Because overall, that table, the display base, you know, it seemed relatively, you know, like there was lots of texture in it, but there wasn't a lot of color depth or, you know, shading and highlighting and, you know, I mean, things of that nature, like put into the board. Versus like the Blood Bowl one, which had that nice big crack center and it had like the mushrooms sticking out and, you know what I mean? Like it had like really, you know, really nice texture going on, right? So, yeah. Dark Commission. Old Git is an elderly bloke who thinks it's better in the old days and will always let you know it. I'm resisting the urge to be one myself. Ha ha ha. Is that what it is? Okay, so a Git. So it's like an old Git. And he just won't shut up. So either way, a Git is not a positive term to call somebody. It's not like, this is my grandma, she's my favorite Git, right? You wouldn't use that as a sentence, right? You like, it's more like, this is my old buddy here, he's a real Git, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I guess I suppose it could be camaraderie, but it's not something, it's not an endearing term, right? It's not an endearing term. It's, you know, my grandfather, he fought in the war, and, you know, he was a really great guy, did a lot for his community. He was a real Git. You know, like, you wouldn't say that, right? I mean, it's not something that is commonly said like that in that regard. At least from what I'm getting from these descriptions and the way I've heard it used. Yeah. So, anyway. George Hintz, redneck term. Yeah, rednecks, that's it. Which did you? I always like that one. Which did you? You didn't bring your truck with you, did you? Ghost of Starman Deluxe. If you've seen Red Dwarf, they use Goit as a replacement for it, like Frack in Battlestar Galactica. Really, I've never really watched a lot of Red Dwarf. I've seen episodes, but like I never followed it religiously or anything. So, yeah, I know it was one of those fantastic shows that everybody just loves. I know that. But I mean, when I was catching that show, like when it seemed to be on TV a lot, it was when I was younger, and so I don't know. There's only so much sci-fi I can handle. So let's do another email because we got quite a few and we got to get through. Headphones. Email time. Email time. I like that one. This is from James. Dear the way of the brush. Oh, the way of the brush. Hi, it is Enforcer 357 from YouTube comments in your last live video. Thank you very much for the advice on the squad markings. I have been painting my Space Wolves for a few weeks now, trying to make them presentable for my first game. I was wondering what you thought of them. Hope to hear from you soon. Love your work at Mini Wargaming. P.S. Sorry if the photos are a little blurry. I have very unsteady hands. So let's have a look at some Space Wolves. And let's switch pictures here. There we go. Okay, so let's have a look. Well, right from the start, paint jobs look pretty smooth. Throwing some decals on there. That's good. That's good to see. Good to see you're not afraid to throw those transfers on the models. A lot of people are intimidated by them. It's good that you're just jumping right in. Nice solid colors. Paint looks like where it should be. His shield, it looks a little bit out of place. I think if you use the shade wash instead of just laying in that black, oh, you can't see that part. There we go. If you use the shade wash, just kind of get some of these definitions, kind of like how you did it with the beard, it looks like, and everything. But I mean, it looks good. Yeah, we saw that picture. There we go. Here's some more. Yeah, it's a little bit blurry. From what I can tell, though, from the blurriness, as long as I don't squint, paint looks like it's in the right place. It looks like you're following GW's recipe for this, and it looks like you're doing a pretty good job of it. I think I'm seeing, you know, like paint. It's not like, you know, it looks very slapdashed on or anything like that. Yeah, like it doesn't look like the paint's very thick and heavy. You got, like, you know, lots of color going on this guy and stuff, and I think as long as you work nice and neatly like this and continue on at your own pace, I think you'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, they're tabletop ready, man. Colors are where they are. You know, nothing. It's not like, you know, the yellow is like all up on this guy's head and his backpack and on his gun, and, you know, the white of his beard is like all over his chest and on his gun, and, you know what I mean, like, you know, color looks like it should be where it should be, and you're using the transfers, and I like that. Not a lot of new people are brave enough to jump into the transfers right away, and I think that's great that you are confident enough to put the transfers on, because that also helps make your models look more complete. So even if you had just left the base tones, you know, just flat grays and yellows and stuff like that, as long as you throw those little transfers on, and as long as you get the little doodads and, you know, pick out the little details, the model is going to look complete and look finished. And that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at stuff that looks complete, and that's good. Oh, we've got some Primaris Duders going on here now. Very cool. Yeah, I think everything, I mean, you're working nice and neat, and I say keep it up, keep it up. You know, when you're ready to start adding shadows and shade washes and deliberately shading areas and putting edge highlights on stuff, do it when you're ready. Do it when you're ready. And I mean, like, right now, it looks like you're still, you know, mastering your base coating, getting it nice and smooth, making sure those mold lines are all gone, not over priming models. I think you're doing a good job. Yeah. I say bravo. Very good. Nice and clean. It looks... man, that's more completed than my spaceful farming. I don't have a spaceful farming, but if I did, that would be more of it. Here's another one. This is from our buddy Gary Shagill, and I'm showing his damn email address. Hold on. There we go. Hi, Chris and monkeys. Whilst I'm still working on my Tyranids and pals, I thought I'd share some work done by my brother. The first picture is an image of the first models he ever painted, Blood Angels, from around 11 years ago. As you will see, he started out at a very high standard, capturing all the fine details of the model. In all seriousness, though, I've attached pictures of his Grey Knights, 2 Dread Knights, and Lord Caldor Drago. Please share any thoughts you have. Last picture is my unfinished Drazar and Lilith. Thanks as always. Best, Sugars. Sugar. And so here is some early attempts at Space Marines way back when. It's a lot of paint on those models, but you know what? Again, like if these were first attempts or early attempts at painting, you know, we were all at that phase. We were all there. You know, I've said it 100 times. I wish I could show you guys my early paint jobs. They were about somewhere like this, you know, like they weren't great. My early paint jobs, they were crap. I'll say it. They're crap. They sucked. They were no good. But because I knew enough of the painting and what I wanted to do, I could say to myself, you know what, this sucks. I can do better. And I tried. And I tried to do better. But yeah, so hopefully this will inspire some of you out there to keep at it. Now here's the latest stuff. Here we go. Here's the latest projects. And this is at a distance already looking pretty impressive. Neat. Love the base. That's cool. Colors where it should be. I like it. It's kind of tough with metallics. You know, how far do you push the shadows and such? GW likes to, you know, throw a little bit of hint of blues in there and then just put an edge highlight on the silver. Very cool. I like it. I like the base though. It's fun. The sword looks like something happened to your sword, like it broke or something, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna say. But yeah, nice, clean, even silvers. And again, I mean, you know, when one is ready to start moving into, you know, highlighting and shading and such, we'll eventually get there. You know, no rush. Everybody always seems to be in a rush these days. They just buy a model pack and go, I want to throw OSL on it. I want the eyes to glow. And it's like, well, have you ever done that? No. Have you ever painted a model? No. Well, you might have a little bit of trouble with it. Have the sense of knowing your own limitations, you know? It's very nice. I like this. All little details all picked out. Yeah, really good stuff. I like the base too. That's fun. Is he fine cast? Because that sword looks a little warped. Or is he pewter? Pewter. This guy. He's got his full sword. Somehow. Really cool. Yeah. Nice clean metallics. I mean, you know, look good. It's tabletop. You know. Bases look really cool. I like the bases. I like the straightforward approach that you took to creating your lava effects and everything. I like that. You know. Lilith and Drazar. Classic Drazar. I guess Lilith's kind of considered classic now. But she's I think she's still the current Lilith, though. Actually, I don't know. Was there a previous Lilith? I don't think there was there? No, there's Cruel that used to have Cruel. Anyway. Looks good. Drazar looks really good. Interesting color scheme. I kind of like it. Drazar, I dig. Lilith is really cool. I like the big blue hair. Little bits of armor. Oh, that's it? That's it. Okay. That's it then. All right then. So thank you for sending that in, Sugars. That's awesome stuff. Yeah, I mean, everything looks good. You know, painting from ages ago, yeah, it's always going to look pretty crappy. You know, like I said, I wish I could show you guys my early paint jobs because they're crap. They're crap. And I mean, you know, how you guys are painting now looks pretty darn good. Nice and clean, you know. It looks like you're laying some pretty decent base coats down and, you know, like, trying to be mindful of details and, you know, things like that. And like I said with the previous examples, you know, you'll get to the highlighting when you get to it. People always seem to be in a big rush about things, and, you know, when you're ready to move on to shading and highlighting, you'll get there. You'll get there. You'll eventually get there. You'll build up that confidence. You know, I was quite impressed with the previous email. You know, he was already jumping into the transfers, which is really rare. It's not you know, it's not super rare, but it's pretty rare. You know, for new people to just immediately throw the transfers on, you know, even if they do it wrong, you know, who cares? Let's do it, slap it on there, you know. And, you know, I applaud those that are willing to, brave enough to go those extra steps for their miniatures, you know. Ben Ellis at the guy that did the Space Wolf Troops. Great work for a first try. It's not easy paint job to pull off. Well done. You did a far better job than me on my first try. Yes, definitely. Same here. Yeah, my first models, man. Like, you know, I if I could go back in time and do it, you know. Jim White. His sword tip was in the vanquished enemy, Kris. Oh, was it? Was it? Oh yeah, frick! I'm observant, huh? Yeah, I didn't even notice this damn sword tip's right in the juggernaut. It's in the juggernaut's jugular. Yeah, I didn't catch that. So good job, good job. Mad Cow Crazy, know the sense of your own limitations. Ha! Do until you master what you currently don't. There you go. No, but knowing the sense of like what, like where you like, okay, because knowing your own limitations allows you to compartmentalize, you know, how long it will take you to do something. For example, if you know it takes you 2 hours to do a base coat on a Space Marine, then that's your limitation. You know your limitation. Now, am I saying stay within your limitation? No, of course not. You know, you should always, but I'm saying though, once you're comfortable with that and you get faster and better and more efficient at it, then all of a sudden you're ready for these other steps, and you'll automatically just start breaking through those new territories, right? But knowing your limitation, knowing what the limit is of your skills is important, because it's knowing yourself. It's knowing yourself. So, yeah. Jim White, great improvement, sir. Yes. Johnny's Chop Shop, Way of the Brush, episode 180. Know the sense of your limitations. Sure. Emperor's Champion, I need that t-shirt. There you go. It's Ross the Boss. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. I guess you could say it was clumsy jugular knot. It was a clumsy juggernaut. Yep. Jim White, episode 180. It is in the juggernaut's jugular. Okay, I'm going with that one. It's in the juggernaut's jugular. It's in the juggernaut's jugular. Because it's kind of hard to say it properly, right? I'm not the only one who's having trouble saying that. It's in the juggernaut's jugular. Jugular. I'm talking crap now. In the juggernaut's jugular. Jugular. Yeah. Is that all the comments for now? Okay, that's all the comments for now. Let's do some more emails because we have lots to do. This is from Jacob Jamie. Hello, Monkey Magic. On the note, if Steve is the mountain and monkey magic, egg was laid by the mountain. Is Steve your dad then? Still waiting for Steve's response on the glory hole of communication. LOL. Okay, let me read that first part again though. If Steve is the mountain and monkey magic, egg was laid by the mountain, is Steve my dad then? I don't get it. I don't understand. That's kind of freaking me out, actually. Anyway, moving on. Anyway, here are some Alpha Legion Plasma Cannon teams that I have done for 30k Centurion game. Yes, I know they are 40k models, but I prefer this model, and it was kit bashed from 1. Dark Templar, or Black Templar, Dark Angel fronts, Mark IV legs, Orc pelts, and some Chaos heads. Feel free to add comments on work done that was painted with the chrome base and highlights on Molotov Chrome Pen. Was trying it for the same event time. I feel that the mini wargaming should add 30k Centurion to more to their videos that they produce. Any reason why they don't? I don't know. Centurion game mode has taken off around the world and played at most events these days. Glad I live in a 30k motherland, Australia. Very interesting. No, I'm not familiar with that. I have not played any 30k, so I cannot say. But holy crap, right from this first photo, holy moly, look at this metallic. This is a lot of fun. This looks like the chrome with, it looks like the Forge World Caliph blue, or is it maybe Minotaur's plasma fluid? Either way, it's a nice bright cyan. It's very, very cool. Look at that on the armor. That looks really, really cool. Nice little glow on the plasma gun. Nice and clean paint job on the rest of the model. Oh yeah, look at that. So bright and chromy blue. That is so cool. Love it. And what's really nice is that the base is this nice orangey brown, which of course is the complementary to blues, which, you know, just makes the colors bounce even more. And as you can see from here, I mean, like, look how that blue just looks so darn vibrant. And that in part is because that orangey brown is at play with the base, because the colors are just, you know, they're making each other look brighter. The plasma glow is really, really nice. It's really kind of a tough call to take it to that level, because I mean, it's actually fairly subdued in comparison to how vibrant that blue is on the armor. And I'm wondering maybe that if in retrospect, maybe had gone with a different color for the glow, maybe a red glow, maybe a green glow, maybe a magenta, you know. I think maybe magenta actually would have been pretty cool. What do you think, Lee?
I like it. But I agree with the glow. It's a bit too close to the actual armor.
It is.
I was thinking maybe like an orange up to yellow.
An orange to yellow? Sure, an orange to yellow. Yeah. Keep it like, you're talking like just a hint of the orange, but mostly yellows?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
just to play with that orange
lava
though?
effect?
Oh, like a lava. Okay, yeah. I hear you. Yeah.
And like where he's putting the white, it always puts it in the middle of the thing. Move it around.
Oh, like
so
how
you get like a pulse.
Yeah, like the pulsing kind of, like, you know, Star Trek Next Generation kind of thing. Yeah.
So like in different positions on the grill. That'd be kind of cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, I like the armor. It looks really good.
Yeah, the armor is fabulous. That's fantastic.
Fabulous.
It is. It's fabulous.
Yeah, I agree with the bases too.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Because they're like a dirty, dull, while everything else is just super shiny.
Yeah. Yes, it is that also contrast as well. That the armor is nice and bright and smooth and shiny looking, and the ground is really textured and rough looking, and it's kind of
gritty.
Yeah, it's a very matte feeling versus the armor, which feels very glossy. Yeah, it's all about contrasts, and yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, look at this.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Damn, that is sexy as hell. And he's got the transfers in there, nice and clean. But yeah, the plasma glow. I think I'd like to see something else in that plasma glow. That's it? Oh, that's it?
Oh.
Oh.
I wanted to see a tank in that color scheme.
A tank. Yeah, a tank. Oh, shoot. Yeah, a tank. A tank would be awesome in there. Who the hell was that now? Is that Jamie? Oh. Well, he's got another one here. Oh, he does have more. Hold on. We do have more. Okay, so he has another part to his email. Okay. And it's, hello, Kris. Been working for busy week for myself. Painting in the room this week. Here's my Exodus Kit Bash model for inspection. As always, love to know what to improve on. One thing I don't like are the Forge World decals for Alpha Legion. The green devils? Anyway, or maybe decals. Are pretty much useless to use as they can't be seen as shown by this cloak. Okay, let's have a look here. This guy looks pretty darn cool. Some sort of sniper dude, I would assume.
Probably a cloak.
But very, very cool. Oh yeah, look at that. You can barely see the symbol.
I actually think that's kind of cool though.
Yeah. Keeps it kind of subdued.
Yeah. Kind of hidden, like Alpha Legion would be.
Yeah. Yeah, in spite of wearing bright armor.
Yeah, I know, right? We're hiding. You guys are bright red. We're hiding in the forest.
Yeah. I like the little... Is that Forge World kit that comes with these little fishy spikes coming off?
I think so.
Where would you gotten those fishy spikes?
Bretonian Knights. Some of them have like a dragon.
Yeah?
Thing on their helmet. That's what I'm guessing.
Dark Elf?
Maybe.
Isn't there the Corsairs that have these kind of fishy scales on them?
Yeah. That might actually be like the one on his head might be the batter pole.
Oh, yeah. Either way, very cool. Thank you, Jacob, for sending that in. Nice. Awesome stuff. And please send more. And, you know, Lee loved it. He thought it was great. Yeah. I can't show on camera right now he's not wearing any pants, so I don't know why, but...
Hey, it's Saturday. I don't need pants. I give people a wave. Hey.
Hey. Oh, no, you could come into frame, because, I mean...
Yeah,
I'm not wearing pants either.
There's cables and stuff in the way.
That's cables. There's cables.
It's no pants Saturday at Mini Wargaming. It's pretty good. But yeah, I'd really like to see like a Sakaran in the coast game. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, because he used that Molotov chrome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did washes or something over it?
No. Then he looks like, because most likely he used an airbrush to apply the Molotov chrome.
Yeah.
And then he used either Minotaur's plasma fluid or Forge World's Calth blue. Okay. Because those are both cyans, and that's what he hit it with, and yeah, it looks fantastic.
Really cool. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't impress easy.
No, he doesn't. He's a tough sell on anything.
Yeah, but I really like that. So.
Adam Lee, great use of contrast. Yes, I agree. It was fabulous. Ishab, were they airbrushed too? Either way, really good looking colors, sharply applied. I like it. Is that applied glow, or is that from the paint itself as well? The glow on the guns, it looked like it was dry brushed. It looked like he laid down a nice light blue and then dry brushed a lighter color.
Talking about the highlight, like on the leg.
I don't think there was any highlights on those models. They look flat, like it was a flat, straight up chrome.
Just a natural.
Yeah, it was just the natural. Yeah, see, like there's no edging or anything like that. That's just the straight up chrome, and then he throws the color on top, and then he edges everything else, and does everything like that.
Yeah, but that highlight on the armor is actually just reflected light.
Yeah, that's entirely ambient light sourcing. Yeah,
pretty cool.
That's the actual lights playing.
If that's what he meant.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm guessing that's what he meant.
Yeah, I don't know. Sugars, there he is. Thanks for the words. Thanks for the words for my brother. He said he'll give edge highlighting and shading a go soon. He's just not ready for that yet. Yeah, and everybody at their own pace. Their own pace. When you're ready, when you think you're very comfortable with your base coating and how you're moving with that process, then you'll find, yeah, you know what? Okay, I'm ready to start taking on shading and highlighting and getting into other trickier things. And yeah, everything in due time. Just take your time. Learn the skills. Don't be in a rush.
For edge highlighting, I recommend using sprues for practice.
Sure.
Because they have a lot of sharp edges on them.
Yeah.
You got good control. That's a
lot of times, though, a lot of people have the hardest part highlighting is like curved surfaces. Yeah. Oftentimes, like the tops of shoulder pads. Yeah. Right? Like, how do you put that highlight, especially if you're going for like a zenithal kind of realistic kind of highlighting. Doing GW's edge highlighting, or I call it GW's edge highlighting because everything's edge highlighted, right? It's not GW's technique. I mean, like it's a fairly common technique, but I don't know. Maybe it is GW's. I don't think so.
I don't know. But I know what you mean.
Yeah. But the common edge highlighting, right? But yeah. Sugars, I think you missed it, but the first Dreadnought sword was in the neck of the Juggernaut. Yeah, no, I did miss it. But somebody else pointed it out to me because I'm not observant, and it had to be pointed out to me. So, yes, I know. Joe Kerr Delworth. Hi, all. It's been a while. Well, welcome back, Joe Kerr. Joker?
Or Joe Kerr.
Is it Joe Kerr or is it Joe Kerr? Oh, I think something hurt there.
Yeah, pop a vessel in your brain.
Pop the brain. I think I brained my damage.
Oh, I'm out.
Okay, bye. All right, let's go to another email because we can. And what time are we at here? Oh, 1:30. We got plenty of time here. I think we might get through all these emails. Headphones. Email time. Email time. This is from our good buddy Bleep Bloop. Bleep Bloop. Bleep Bloop. Bleep Bloop Bloop. Hi, Chris. This is the Inquisitor in the Force mentioned in the Way of the Brush earlier. What would you suggest be for improving the paint job and how to do a cheap basing of an army? Loving the show. Keep up the good work. All right, so let's have a look at his model. Very cool. This is Sister Canassus or something like that, or something along those lines. I can't remember. He's got a yellow glow on the plasma gun. That's very cool. It's very nice. Paint job looks pretty good. Got some edge highlighting on the black. I think the red could use a little bit more highlighting. And the greens. I think the greens could actually get pushed down more. Be a little bit darker. Not towards black all the way, but just a little bit deeper. And the reds could come up just on the edge highlights. Just on the high points of the folds and such. But I like that you highlighted the black. The face looks good. Yeah, I think you could clean up just a little bit on the face, just to frame the face a little bit better. It looks like some of the flesh is on where hair should be, but that's all right. And as far as basing a whole army, well, that's entirely up to you, because first of all, what sort of gaming table, like, do you have your own gaming table at home? Then of course you color your models in that color scheme because you're most likely going to be playing at home, right? And then as far as mass basing is concerned, oftentimes when I was doing my models just for regular kind of thing, when I assembled the model, especially if I was attaching the model to its base beforehand, not doing it in sub-assemblies or anything like that, I would just simply coat the base in PVA glue and then dip it in sand, and then paint it whatever colors I wanted later on. Of course, you could always add the little pieces of grass and little boulders or what have you, if you wanted to later on. But otherwise, yeah, it was just very straight up. Just lay some PVA glue down, dunk it in a little bowl of sand, like beach sand, right? Like a fine grit beach sand, and then let it dry. Come back, prime the model, and get working on it, right? So that's about the easiest. Other than just picking up, like bags of flock. GW sells them. Companies like Woodland Scenic sells it, and you can just find the flock and just simply flock the base. Just put a little PVA glue down, just put it in the bag of flock, or put a little bowl of flock, or whatever, however you want to apply it, and away you go. It's entirely up to you. It's really what kind of look are you after as far as your models are concerned. It's really what colors are you wanting to do. And I mean, like for these sisters and stuff, for these kind of this kind of color scheme, I would probably go with more of a light gray that's where I would go. If I was going entirely by colors, and you know, just on kind of an aesthetics point of view, I think I would go to like light grays, almost like ashen or even concrete, like it's part of an imperial world. Because again, Sisters of Battle are supposed to be on worlds where, you know, like heresy, they're keeping heresy at bay, and so yeah, that's pretty much where I would be with that, I think. So hopefully, bleep bloop, that helps and kind of, you know, get you moving forward on it. And thank you for the email, and send me more. Send me more emails. More. Dark Commission episode 180, The Unobservant Artist. Yeah, pretty much. Kubla Khan, hair looks snazzy today, Chris. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the face came out really nicely. As the rest did too. Yes. Mad Cow Crazy. Hey Chris, how would you paint a black glow? Well, okay. Define black glow. Because I mean, like, is it like a black hole where it's just this absence of light? Then, you know, if you had, say, this object that was black, it had a matte appearance to it, and the sourcing around became very desaturated, and you know, you also maybe gave a tighter edge highlight on stuff that was close to that sourcing, but desaturated the color around it, and that would give the impression that it's kind of like a singularity where it's, you know, all light is and object and energy is being pulled into it, and you know, it's a dark energy source. Sure. Of course, you could do it like a different kind of effect, like, say, for example, how they do from Star Wars Rebels, how they do the lightsaber, the Mandalorian lightsaber. That's like the black sword, you know, thing. I don't know if any of you guys watched Star Wars Rebels, but anyway, it was even in the Clone Wars too, I think. The Mandalorian blade, and that was like a completely black inside, but it had this purpley white glow on the outside, right? And so you can simply do that. You can paint it black, right? And then just give this, you know, indication of a purpley kind of glow with just like a slight white, you know, just at the very apex of the edges of it. You could try something like that, you know. But otherwise, yeah, it is a bit of a challenge. And even creating glow on a model itself is a challenge, because it only works from a few perspectives. OSL only works from few perspectives, unless of course the object is away from the model. But like if it was, you know, emanating from the model, like the eyes are glowing, right? Then that's often a challenge to show, because the eyes are not actually glowing, and so you have to paint that glow. Now, when you're looking at the model from certain angles, that does not translate properly, right? It's just like kind of like non-metallic metal. Non-metallic metal only works from a few angles. Otherwise, it looks really weird, and you know, or it looks like flat, boring kind of colors, or you know what I mean? Like it doesn't quite work. And so it's just the same thing with the glow. Now, for example, if the model's, you know, holding like a torch or something like that, and that is the light source, and you can see the light on, then yeah, that plays a little bit more realistic, especially if the observer did it very well and made a very good approximation of how the light would play on the model surface. Then that works from pretty much almost any kind of angle. But usually, if the model itself is emanating the light, it usually doesn't read right. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, but as far as a black glow is concerned, yeah, I mean, like, you know, really what it is show me an actual example of it, and we can emanate it, or emulate it, I should say, right? We can imitate it. Show me an actual example of black glowing, and we'll recreate it. So, yeah, that's the challenge I put forth. Show me a real example of it. Not a made-up sci-fi kind of example, but a real example of it that we can observe in reality and we can emulate. Right? Because otherwise, like I said, like with the lightsaber glow, like a black blade, I mean, we can make up whatever we want. We can make up whatever we want. And, you know, it'll work. Who's to say I'm wrong if I made it up? From my imagination, I commit it to a model, and I say, that's how it looks. And somebody says, that's not how it looks. I made it up. How do you know what I made up? I mean, how can you determine what I show is incorrect? That doesn't make any sense. You know? So, we have to base this, I think, somewhat realistically. And I think we have to show, you know, how to do it, right? Jeff Alonst, yo monkeys, yo. Excuse me. I got crazy. That's an Inquisitor, Kris. Oh, an Inquisitor. I thought it was a sister battle. Excuse me. Wrong pipe. George hints, lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse? A lunar eclipse as a black glow. No, because that's a shadow. We're looking at a shadow. We're talking about something that's like a light bulb that's black and it's glowing. Right? The sun is still white light. If our sun had glow with a blue glow, then we would perceive a blue halo around the moon, right? When we get a lunar eclipse. The black is not really, but I guess really that's kind of what they're showing when they're showing the black sword in Star Wars, that it's kind of like an eclipse. It's like it's blocking the light, and it's blocking the light, and you know, sure. Again, I mean, it's, you know, but I mean, that's not black glowing, a lunar eclipse. That's a shadow. We're like, that's an object passing in front that we're in shadow. I mean, it's not a black, it's not like what I'm trying to, I guess what I'm driving at is it's not like a black hole, or, you know what I mean? Like, or, well, we have yet to really observe a black hole, like with our own two eyes kind of thing. And, you know, what does that really look like? Like, how does that perceive to the observer, right? Something that's just, you know what I mean? Just absorbing all the light. How, does it glow? Can it glow? You know? Ishia, Mad Cow, what's the black glow going on top of? What color? Kind of sounds like a fade out. Sure. Tolo, use LEDs for realistic OSL. Sure. Ishab, what if you mixed a different color into the black to give it a different shade? I'm going to a deep dark blue to make it a shade almost. Does that make any sense? Sure, yeah. Ishab, Tolo, that's cheating. Jim White, a black light is purple. Yes, a black light is purple, but that's just because of the spectrum, and that's because of the coating that they put on the bulb. And, you know, before it was the tungsten filament that would heat up and glow. And, you know, even a tungsten filament, you know, you still have to throw filters on it to correct for the balance of light, because it's throwing out a white or a yellowish light. It's glowing with, it doesn't glow with a pure white light. It glows with more of a yellow cast light. Because, like, if you look at a light bulb without any frosting on it, like the old tungsten bulbs, and it's just a clear glass, it casts a yellowish light. And so, whatever that color coding was on a black light, that it would show purple. And in fact, purple apparently doesn't exist in the spectrum of light. Our brains make up purple. We perceive purple. There actually is no purple light other than ultraviolet. But we can't see ultraviolet. We don't perceive it, so we can't see it. But we make up purple. Our brains make up purple. So, there you go. So really, there is no such thing as purple light other than ultraviolet. But we don't perceive ultraviolet. Jeff Alonges, I missed the Dark Dungeon. When will you return, Kris? Oh, home? I don't know. I could do the show from home anytime. I don't know. I was thinking that I'd like to actually dress up my office a little bit more. I've been in the process of just kind of getting things straightened up and cleaned up in my office, and You know, I actually want to hang some art and stuff on the walls and, you know, make it look a little bit prettier. You know, kind of like how I have, like, you know, somewhat interesting kind of backdrop going on here. You know what I mean? Like rather than trying to, like, you know, do it in front of a green screen and just, you know, have Niagara Falls playing behind me or something like that, you know. But anyway. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. For the black light source, paint a light bulb with a heat-resistant black paint and then turn it on. Sure. But would you actually have any glow? Right? Like, if you coated it in black tar, is it merely just stopping all the light? Or is the light passing through the tar? I don't think so. It's just merely trapping all that light in there. And it's not actually glowing, right? We're talking about something, like, the initial question was black glow, right? Because glow is light emanating from an object, right? So, can we depict it? Can we depict black glowing? And I think stepping outside of reality, we'd have to. Whoa, that almost sounded like a Yoda sentence there. Ishyab011, you know, it's hurting my head and trying to think of a black glow. Just can't wrap my simple brain as to what that actually looked like. Exactly, because it doesn't exist. At least I don't think so. In my years, and I'm by no stretch of the imagination am I any kind of expert in astrophysics or anything like that. But from what I've observed and seen in, you know, programs and watching videos and read books and, you know what I mean, like, I have yet to ever see. And the only thing that comes close to it is a singularity that would possibly, you know, and like a movie like Interstellar, apparently that was the way a lot of people imagined how we would observe a black hole. That in fact you would have this dark object in the center, and along its accretion disk you would have this plasma traveling around it, and the superheated plasma, which is like millions and millions of degrees hot, would be traveling around this outer perimeter of the black hole, because as gravity is getting more and more intense, the everything is traveling faster and faster, right? The time dilation, you got to remember the time dilation thing, right? And so you have this halo of plasma and quasars where the matter is being drawn in, but then at the north and south poles the matter is ejected out, and you get this huge neutrino streams coming out of the pulsar. And so, you know, but that again, I mean, you're seeing all deliberate matter. It's not something actually black that's glowing, right? So anyway. Ford SETI 52. So how are those Titans coming along? You mean like my Epic Titans? Or my 40K Titans? Randy? Who's Randy? Yeah, see? I got the big guy. And I got the little guy. I got the... Whoop. Jeez, I screwed up my camera now. Oh, jeez, I screwed up my camera. Tighten that down. Batten down the hatches. There we go. Okay. Just have to make sure. Stop. Stay. Okay. So, yeah. Titans. Got them. How are they? Good. Actually, that Titan up there, actually, you know what? That's still not finished. I got to finish that. And I was actually thinking that the other day. I thought I should probably... Because the one arm is not done. The arm with the heat lance is not done. So, yeah. Anyway. Jim White. Well said, Chris. Okay. I don't know what we're talking about. Resident Wargamer, hey Chris, and hey monkeys, hey Tolo. Barney is invisible. Whoa, trippy. Right, exactly, yes. Barney is invisible. Barney's coloring is a construct of our vision. We don't perceive the actual elements properly that make up that color that is on Barney, right? That purple, we don't perceive purple. Johnny Shop, my head is hurting. Stop it, Chris. Make it stop. Joe Kerr. Speaking of offices, have you got plans or ideas for the new bunker office? Bunker office? No. No. I mean, my new office? Yeah, I have ideas on what I'd like to do, and I don't know. I mean, I like, somebody had put forth, you know, making it look kind of Eldarish, like everything was Wraithbone in here. And I actually kind of like that idea. It actually kind of cool, right? I also, another one I thought would be really, really cool is kind of, you know, like in Star Wars, you know, the Rebel briefing rooms, how they have like them big panes of like illuminated glass with like the little line works and, you know, doodads and stuff on them. I thought that would be kind of cool. Just have those kind of like lining the office, just having these illuminated, you know, panels on the wall. I thought that would look kind of cool. Just, you know, a little bit Star Wars. I like Star Wars. You know what? Screw you. So what? You want to fight about it? Anyway. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking anyway. George. Look, guys, he's using all his big words. No, not all of them. Not all of them. I still have a couple left. Force 52, Epic Titans. Oh, the Epic Titans, yeah. No, I gotta get him done. Gotta get him done. Oh yeah. I mean, really what it is I gotta talk to Ash, and I gotta see when we're doing our next game, and that hopefully will get me fired up to, you know what I mean, get him done and get on some more stuff and, you know, all that. You know, because like I said, I haven't talked to Ash in a week, 2 weeks, I think. I don't know. Anyway, and we haven't set up another game, so because we had gotten together, filmed a bunch of games, and so I assume he's been pretty good, because otherwise he'd have been pestering me for more games probably. So yeah, I don't know. He's a busy man, so I don't know. Ishyab, as well as human perception to the world, what really is black anyhow? Well, yes, because realistically, black is the absence of light, right? Light, as we know it, the white light, as we know it, we call it white light, but it's just light, is all colors at once, right? Like when you put the prism in front of the ray of light and all the colors come out, that's because we're breaking it down, breaking the light into the different spectrums. You know, there's no black and there's no purple. There is no purple. Well, purple's ultraviolet, and we don't see it. And same with black, or absent, like shadow. Like when the sun is out, like, you know what I mean? Like here I am with my hand, and I'm casting a shadow on my head. You know what I mean? Like you cannot perceive the shadow if you were observing this way. You don't see shadow light. Versus when sunlight's coming down, we can perceive the light through the atmosphere. And when shadow, you don't really perceive it, right? I guess sometimes you can, I guess. This is kind of light and dark, but it's really more the light you see. But I mean, like on a sunny day in a shadow, and you're standing there, like you don't perceive anything. But I guess really you don't really perceive the bright light from the sunlight either. I don't know. Yeah, again, like I said, a black glow, it's kind of hard to perceive, right? I mean, it's... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you'd have to make it up. You have to make it up. Right? Just like Interstellar, and they showed the black hole, they made that up. They just, you know, they thought about it logically, about how this and that, and all the mechanics of it, and then they presented it, and a lot of people said, you know what, geez, I think that's pretty much how we imagine a black hole would really look. So with our current understanding of the universe, in Interstellar, when they show the black hole, that's agreed upon right now, what we think that a black hole will look like when we actually get to observe one realistically, right? In the real world. So, something that glows black, you know, show me in nature what glows black, right? And we'll figure out a way to paint it. But right now, we can make up whatever we want. You can make, you can imagine whatever you want to emanate, to show glowing black, and you can do it. You can imagine it and put it onto a model and put it onto a canvas or whatever. Do it. Do it. Because you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're right. It's your imagination. How can you, something that you just made up in your brain, be wrong? Right? And somebody says, that's not how it would go. Really? Really? Anyway. Jim White. Did you really mean a black body radiator glowing? There's a picture of that. Right, but that is the material, you know, if it's black, being heated, and the elements of that material are glowing, and it glows red, it glows orange, then it glows yellow, and you know what I mean? It goes through a spectrum of light before it emanates, right? So, not saying that all black objects, once heated, will glow like that. Because then it's just an orange glow. Then it could be anything, right? It could be tree, it could be metal, it could be, you know what I mean? It could be whatever. Doesn't matter. But the question was black glow. Something that was black. Like, we're imagining a dark Eldar gun that is using, you know, dark energy, right? It's got a black glow to it. How do we perceive the black glow? Right? I think that's really what we're getting at. Really, I think that's the underlying thing is what, right? We're imagining the sci-fi kind of fantasy sense of it all. A dark Eldar gun, and he's got dark energy in his las blaster, right? And, you know what I mean? What does that energy look like? What does black glow look like? And the only thing I can think of is something either like a singularity or like in Star Wars with the dark black lightsaber, the Mandalorian lightsaber. Those are the only two things I can think of. Either real science or fantasy. Those are the two spectrums. Take your pick. The truth is somewhere in the middle, I suppose. Oh, man. Jeff Alonst. Are you playing some matches against others in the office after hours? If so, what is your legendary win ratio? Legendary win ratio? You know what? I haven't played anybody in the office. I've only ever played anybody in the office. You know what? I've only ever played Dave once or twice, 40K. And I've only ever played Steve at 40K. I might have played Owen at 40K, but we played a lot of War Machine back in the day. I might have played Dan against his orcs. Oh yes, I've played Dan against his orcs because we did an apocalypse battle once, a long time ago. But that's it. I've never played like from our current. Oh, I played Josh, but I've never played Josh 40K. I've played Josh War Machine, but I've never played 40K with him. And yeah, and I mean like we have Luca, we have Cullen, we have. I've never played Matt. I've never played Matt a game. I've only ever played Matt Blood Bowl. I've only ever played Matt a Blood Bowl game. That's the one time I've ever played. Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, I don't play a lot of games. Like as far as on camera or anything like that, I don't play games. You know, so yeah. But as far as like tournaments and playing other people and getting games in, yeah, I just played in a tournament last week before. Was that 2 weeks ago? I played in a tournament, and there's another one next weekend. So I can if it's a Saturday, there might be no Way of the Brush Saturday next Saturday because I will be at the tournament. 1,500 point fest, and if you want to know what I'm planning on taking, head over to Discord and head into the list discussion channel. Scroll up a bit. You have to scroll back a little bit. You'll find the list I'm talking about. Maybe I should just pin it. I don't know. But either way, yeah. If you want to throw some input as to what I should take, sure, why not? Really, I've got a lot of choices what I could take. So, yeah. Johnny's Chop Shop. My mother-in-law's heart glows black. I know it. His mother-in-law, she's got a beating a black heart, dark energy. Oh shit. Ishad. Well, Chris, you made me want to rewatch Interstellar, which I suppose I need to after the show. All right. Yeah. Definitely. Dark commission, paint black, and then paint facing features dark, and then put light colors in the shadows. Paint something black, then paint facing features dark, and then put light colors in the shadows. So it's like a reverse cutout. Like if it was a black sheet up on the wall and we cut out, a print of ourselves and the light was emanating. Is that how you mean? See, again, this is tricky, right? You have to kind of find a real world example of this, And that's a bit of a challenge because it's not something that occurs, right? At least to my knowledge. I mean, if it does occur, if you know of a real world example of black glow, like how black matter or dark matter, or you know what I mean, like how that if that emanates any kind of light at all anyway, let me know. I mean, dark matter, I mean, they're still trying to prove that. So, I mean, if you can find a picture of dark matter without having proved dark matter, I mean, I think you're up for an award. You might be up for an award. I'm no expert, but you might be entitled to some money. Oh, jeez. Ben Ellis, hi Chris. From the email pictures of the Space Wolves night, where would you say to do the weathering? Many thanks. On the Space Wolves night. Oh, I'm talking about your email. I don't know. I haven't gotten to it yet. I think, I mean, really, with weathering, oftentimes, and I've shown this in many videos, it's often like the corners. So, like, say for example, like the head and like on the cheekbone, just on the cheek. It doesn't have, the weathering doesn't have to go far down, and often, and because that model is already mostly finished, I would use the sponge method and apply it. Excuse me. But yeah, holy crap, it's already 1 minute after. We're done. This is it. This is the end. My friend. My only friend. This is the end of all hopes and dreams. Does anybody have the song playing in their head yet? And if you don't know what song I'm talking about, for shame. So if you're a commission painter service, if you're brand new to the hobby, you're just looking for some input, you want some help on the color scheme, send it to Kris@miniwargaming.com. It's in the description below. Join me on Facebook. You can ask your questions there. And of course, myself or the monkeys will be most happy to answer your questions. You can post your pictures there as well. You know, again, like I said, if you're commission painting service, you're brand new to the hobby, whatever. Discord's been fantastic. Join me on Discord. It is in the description below. Join me on Discord. And you can ask questions there. We got a bunch of channels. We got a bunch of channels for like general talk, questions and answers, lists, games, work in progress gallery, anything and everything. We've been just, you know, talking stuff there and, you know, having fun. You know, sometimes you get some people in there who, you know, are a little bit prickly, but, you know, I mean, try and work it out. I mean, without, you know, the other side flipping out and start spamming channels. I mean, you know, I don't know what would possess somebody to do that. I mean, must have had some sort of mental break, possibly. I don't know. I can't say for sure. I wasn't around when it happened, but yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, I'd like to keep things inclusive, even if people disagree with me. Even if people disagree with me and say, you know what, Chris, I don't really agree with that stance. That doesn't make a lot of sense. That's fine, right? That's fine. But give me a cogent argument against what I'm talking about. You know? So, anyway. Yeah, so Discord, been fantastic. Discord. And of course, Way of the Brush t-shirts. I'm not wearing one today. I'm wearing the Boss today, actually. The Boss Ross. And Tolo, get some moderators. I have two moderators. I have the two best moderators. What are you talking about? Two of the best moderators on the internet today. They're the guys. You know, of course, that's Grim and Twitchy Kranos. Those are my moderators, man. Those are the guys. That's the right hand and the executioner. Whoever wants to be which can be. I don't care. In fact, you know what? Maybe we'll let them fight. Who's the executioner? But anyway, I imagine Twitchy's at home going, "I'm the freaking executioner right now." And Grim's going, "I think I'll be happy with the right hand." Grim's great. Grim's great. And Twitchy's awesome too. Twitchy, we haven't played with Twitchy in a bit though, but yeah. But anyway, yeah. So Discord, Way the Brush t-shirts. Join me on Patreon. Oh, Patreon. I've actually had a thing I'm probably going to post this in the Discord channel just to get some feedback and such, because I'm going to assume that a lot of the people who support me on Patreon are on Discord, and if you're not, you should be, because I have a channel just for my Discord, or on Discord just for my patrons. But yeah, because I'm going to ask on there as well, because there's something I want to put forth, and I was thinking about like what kind of reception it would get, and so I just got to formulate the whole thing properly in my head, but then I want to post it in Discord and get everybody's feedback. I'm really interested in the Patreon's feedback, but I'm also very interested in everybody else's feedback, and so yeah, and of course, it's with all the monkeys congregating here. It's probably my best source for picking your brains, other than when I'm talking on here and talking all sorts of crazy crap. But yeah, so email, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Oh yeah, I post updates on Twitter and Facebook as much as possible. Usually it's on Twitter. I'll post whatever, shows and stuff like that. So follow me on Twitter, because yeah, because it's the easiest way I can, I seen that. Rest in peace, Malcolm Young. Yeah, I seen that. That's sad. That's sad. In fact, here's a introspective moment of silence for poor Malcolm. So anyway, I think we're done with the show today. I think we learned something. So keep those emails coming in. I am mostly, I'm a little bit behind right now. I'm about into second week of November. I'm into second week of November. November 12th. That's as far back as I've got my emails. It's the 18th. I'm 6 days back. Come on. When was I this good at 6 days back? For God's sakes. I mean, some emails I was like a month and some back. Come on. We're only 6 days back. We're still in great shape. It's when I'm like 2 months, 3 months back answering emails. Kris, did you ever get to my email? No. I'm done. We might have learned something. We talked about stuff. Dark matter. Or black glow. Black glow. You guys find me an example, and even anybody who's not attending live after the fact here, leave a comment down below. Show me some examples of black glow, of something that is black that is glowing, right? Show me some examples, and maybe we'll figure this out. Until then, take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you, and I will see you guys next week. Or no, maybe I won't, because I think I'm doing a tournament, so yeah, possibly. I don't know. We'll see. I'm fickle, so